Well, happy Wednesday, everybody, and welcome to Odoo Live. My name is Todd Farnham, Community Manager here at Odoo San Francisco. And today, joining me is resident Odoo expert and business advisor Nathan Moss, here to talk about e-commerce. Thanks so much for joining me today, man.
Thanks, Todd. Appreciate it.
Awesome. So, do you want to give us a little scoop on what we have in store?
Yes, absolutely. So today we're going to be going over e-commerce, of course. We're going to go over B2C as well as B2B. We're going to handle both cases in one e-commerce. We're going to review a lot on just new updates that come with version 11. And yeah, a lot to show today.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, if you guys are new to the system, basically, it'll be giving a presentation, then a Q&A at the end, which will last about 15 to 20 minutes. So if you have any questions throughout, be sure to enter them in the chat box to the right. And along the way, I'll be trying to answer questions in that chat box. And if you came late to this transmission, you can always visit it above at the link that you see, and you can view it in full at any time. Be sure to like or subscribe if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful. And I think with that, we can pass it on to you, Nate.
Thanks, Todd.
Thanks, man.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. Before beginning, got to explain our roles here at Odoo as usual. First of all, thanks to Todd, thanks to the marketing team for putting this together and all of our webinars together. There's been a lot more quality content being put out in these past few months, which makes my job easier, just having more resources to share with customers and such. But also has to make life easier for our community as well. Just giving you guys, the updates as they're being released with V11 and making sure you guys are, fluent with those and kind of how those are working for us. So big thanks and a big shout out to Todd, Raquel, and Joe in the marketing team. Also want to make a big thank you to Frederic. He's the product owner of our website, builder, and e-commerce based in our Belgium offices. Wanted to say great job, excellent job with this product release. Version 11 saw major updates that I'm excited to show. So thank you, Frederic. My role here as a business advisor here at Odoo San Francisco is to help our customers with their evaluation of the software. So I help customers who start a trial basically by understanding the softwares that they're using today, understanding any pain points that are associated with those, and then demonstrating how their current operations can be streamlined or better organized inside of Odoo. So I answer questions about specific functionality within the software, as well as best practices for implementation. We also have a department of functional consultants who specifically handle the implementation of Odoo online projects. Once evaluations are completed and a customer is onboarded, the next step is to work with their team to get your data into the system first, then make sure your applications and workflows are configured correctly. And then lastly, of course, going over training with your team. So this is through one-on-one dedicated consulting with them. It's their goal to get you guys up and running with your core applications as quickly as possible, which typically lasts about 1 to 4 months, depending on the size and the scope of the project, of course. If you'd like to learn a bit more about Odoo, see how e-commerce can be organized, or really with any of the applications in general, you can schedule a one-on-one session of consulting with me. You can follow the link that's going to be in the description of the video, as well as in the slides here that I'll put up. The link there is odoo.com/r/Nathan. You'll actually be able to see my calendar, see any available times, and then go ahead and just choose a time that works best for you. And one quick note on that, I am specifically allowed to work with companies that are based in the Americas. So if you are viewing from Europe or really anywhere worldwide, there's actually going to be teams who will be reaching out from there. You can feel free to go ahead and schedule a meeting, leave some information for me, and I'll be passing your information over to the team that's responsible for your region of the world. Okay, but again, the link is odoo.com/r/Nathan. You can access my calendar. Okay, so let's check in on our agenda for today. Let's see here. So today, again, specifically first, going to go over just B2C. I'm going to access as a customer. I already pre-configured the website, did very little design, but we'll be able to get in there and basically make it checkout just as a customer there. I'll show you a few of the new features as well, just for the B2C side of things. Then stage 2, I'll switch over to B2B. So basically, I'll be logging in as a vendor. I'll show you how we can set up different price lists for someone who's basically a wholesaler for you. Even possible to set up a different product catalog as well. But we'll go into kind of the B2B side of things. And then back-end operations. What happens after that sale is triggered, or what happens after someone puts something in their cart but doesn't yet check out. what are some different tools that we can use just to organize the business side of things after the e-commerce correspondence is made. And then, of course, last but not least, we'll do some Q&A. So it should take about 30 to 40 minutes today. Look forward to showing. Okay, so let's see. Let me just get my notes in order here. And let's get this database up and going. Let's see here. Okay, so I'll be working in 2 windows today. I have one that I'll be accessing for the back-end side of things, one for the front end just as a customer here. Let's just check in and let's see what's available here. If I'm just a customer accessing the website, as you can see, I'm not signed in at all in an incognito window here. So just coming into this domain name, basically, our ecommercewebinar.odoo.com. And here's my home page. And let's see, as you can see, no editing options available. I'm accessing literally as a customer here. So the website design has been completed. Let me just come into our shop page here. I just want to go ahead and go through a checkout really quick. So you guys know it took me about an hour and a half to set this up this morning. So didn't do too much as far as design goes. This is one of the stock themes in Odoo. It's actually called the Odoo Expert theme. I thought it looked really clean when I accessed. So just wanted to go ahead and work with that one. Using this fake company, I sell headphones and headphone accessories. As you can see over here on the left, we have our different product categories that are available. Really easy to navigate. And again, this was a stock theme basically. Just looking at...
Would you mind zooming in just a little bit so
Yeah,
our
of
viewers
course.
out there could see a little bit better?
Let's see here.
Perfect.
Zoom this in. Is it the proper way to go?
Oh yeah, hit command, hold command, and then hit plus.
There we go.
Just so that
Perfect. Okay.
the type is bigger. Thanks,
Nice.
Nate.
All right. So let's see. Just looking at our different product categories here, we have all products, headphones, and accessories. Of course, these were set up basically on the back end. I'll show you how that process goes. But yeah, as a customer here, I can go ahead and just by looking at this product here, I can basically add to my cart. I could add to my wish list, or I could do a product comparison here. So let's say I want to weigh my options before I choose some headphones. Let me go ahead and add this to my comparison, and also we'll add our Bose over-ear headphones to our comparison as well. And let's click in on this really quick. So again, as far as the presentation of this, literally just added in a price for this product, added in the image for this product, and just have one image here. A few of these new features that we have available. We have product ratings. Ratings were not in V10, now here in V11. We can actually go ahead and filter through these different types of ratings. Basically, we can present the ones that we would like to have on our website. So you have the opportunity if someone leaves negative ratings or just wants to leave spam on your page, you could always edit that information. You can leave comments. As you can see, you must be logged in to post a comment here. I'm not logged in as of right now. So we'll come back once I'm in the B2B side and touch base there. Okay, let's look at my comparisons here. Let's see the 2 different products that I have available, and let's just go ahead and compare. Okay, perfect. So we have our Apple in-ear headphones versus our Bose over-ear wireless. So basically, after I go through all my products, I see the ones I want to go ahead and compare. Now I can click in and access some more information. And of course, I can always tab back to my comparison right down here. All right, so let's say, okay, I go ahead and I'm just going to go with the Apple in-ear headphones. Let me add these to my cart now. It should bring me into my actual cart. Now that I'm here, here's my suggested products. So suggested accessories here. Looks like there's a cord organizer. So leather cord organizer in brown or in black. I prefer black. I'm going to go ahead and add that to my cart now. So these are just accessory products that we set in the back end. Okay, let me go ahead and process my checkout. I want to go ahead and get this done. Okay, so what I can do at this step, I can go ahead and log in here. Basically, if I have my information already stored in the system, I can just log in and all of this would autofill. Or I could re-enter now. Let's see, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to log in this case. Let me go ahead and create an account. Let me leave my email here. I'll say nmo@odoo.com. Name is Nathan Moss. As a customer, I'm going to put it. And password. Okay, let's sign up here. All right, perfect. So there's my name, email populates in there. Let me just put a phone number here, 650-713-7709. Put our street address here, Bayshore, there it is. Perfect. Okay, let me put customer here, perfect. Street, city, zip, let's put state of California. Okay. Excellent, so just checking out here and let's confirm. So I guess here at this step, one thing to note, it's going to default to a wire transfer, and this is just because I don't have a payment acquirer that's configured as of yet. So some payment acquirers that are available, of course, are PayPal, Authorize.net, Stripe, or Ingenico. That's the one we use here at Odoo. You can go ahead and configure these on the back end, basically just setting up a merchant account with one of those, and then you'll make those available to your customer here. But by default, it's just going to ask for a wire transfer now since I haven't configured and, of course, don't have an account there. But let's just go ahead and pay now. And basically says, thank you for your order. Still pending payment, so we still have to basically confirm that the wire came through on the back end before this will go ahead and be confirmed. Cool thing is, though, now that I have an account, now that I made a purchase, I can always see my orders, my outstanding orders, if I just go to my account here. So this will be really applicable in more so the B2B setting. But basically, the order I just entered is considered a quotation still, just because I haven't confirmed on the back end. We're still awaiting the money, basically. Of course, if I did go ahead and make payment, that would come in as a confirmed sale, and we'd see that as a sales order there. But basically, I can always come in here, see the order that I placed, see my invoicing information, my shipping information, make sure it's correct here, and of course, just review my order in general. So always we'll be able to reference, again, all historical orders here. And again, we'll come back when we're in the B2B setting to see what this looks like. Okay, so all set to go there as far as a customer accessing the site and making a checkout process happen. And I'm going to come back to this window later on. We're going to edit Nathan Moss as a customer. We're going to give him a different price list, and then we'll come back to this in just a moment. So let's see. Let's tab back here to the back end. I'm going to do a quick refresh here, make sure that order came in for us. We'll be able to see what just took place. Okay, so let's see. If I go into my website application, I should be able to see all of my online orders that took place here. Let's go to orders and orders. Perfect. Here's sales order 2. This one's fully invoiced. Okay, that's not the one that came in. Let's look at my unpaid orders. Perfect. Here's sales order 3, Nathan Moss, customer. Excellent. So yeah, I can go ahead and mark this as paid, of course, because it is a wire transfer. That's how it's coming into the back end here. So let's see. I'm just going to basically confirm the sale now. I'm going to mark this as paid. Of course, I can create an invoice for this as well. So let me just quickly register the payment for this order that came in. But again, if we had a payment acquirer set up, all of this process would already take place. The invoice would be created and confirmed. Payment would be registered, and we would have already gathered the funds there from our payment acquirer. Let's just go ahead and validate now. So all set to go there. Basically just confirming that this invoice did come in and was fully paid. And as you can see, as that order came in, I now have one delivery that I need to make to my customer. So I can click in and access. This is just our inventory operations, basically saying, hey, we have 2 items to deliver here. We have our Apple in-ear headphones as well as our leather cord organizer in black. So now, of course, once I do ship this out, I can come in and validate that these items did go ahead and get picked, packed, and shipped over to our customer. Some things that can be useful here at this step, of course, are some shipping connectors. So if you guys do shipping with UPS, USPS, DHL, or FedEx, you could actually go ahead and print out the shipping label, stick it on the box, and even email over the tracking information directly to the customer, all from here. Okay, so B2C side of things, all set to go there. Let's see, let's go into the website editor just here on the back end now. So now that I'm actually signed into Odoo, I can go ahead and access, and let's go ahead and make some website edits here. Okay, so when editing the website, just so you guys know, these small hints basically are these, we call them purple rain here in the office, but these small teardrops basically, bouncing hints that are placed throughout Odoo once you start a trial. These are really, really useful, especially in the e-commerce setting. It's going to guide you through and show you different options that are available as far as how to design, and it'll actually build a very beautiful website if you just follow the steps that it shows. Here it's asking me, let's see, your homepage is live. Continue adding more pages to your site, or edit this page to make it even more awesome. So what I can do, let me add in a new page. Let's say I want to go ahead and have a new About Us page. So let's go ahead and enter a page title here. I'm just going to say About Us. We're going to add this page in menu. Perfect. So let's continue. And again, now I can just go ahead and start designing. So here's my page right up top. And now it's basically asking just to drag and drop in these different building blocks here. So all of these will be on the left-hand side here. And what I can do, let's see, let's just go ahead and drag in some. So let's bring in a showcase here. Let's drag in, how about a big picture text? Looks good there. And how about we drag and drop in, say, a feature slider just below that. Perfect. So once we get the structures that we like to see on this side, we can now go ahead and start editing our images as well as our text relatively simply. So just click on the thing that you'd like to edit, And now let's see, in the case of an image, we'll have to click customize here. We can go ahead and change different background images for this block, background coloring options, and even animate how this arrives in. How about we'll zoom in on this one when we actually access this page. I could also change the image relatively simply just by double clicking here. I can go ahead and update, so let's go ahead and choose this image, of course, my headphones, and we'll see the update occur there. When it comes to editing text, literally just considering this like a Word document, we see our different styling options right up here in the top. So we can actually click in here and just start making our edits. And I'm just going to type in, say, headphones as an example. So once we're all set, once our edits are made, or we just want to save in the work that we've done, we can just go ahead and click Save here. And again, just went ahead and added in a new page, this About Us section here into my website. And I'm going to go ahead and publish this page now so it is accessible on the other side of things. So let's see. Let's just go through the different web design options. So of course we have our building blocks, dragging and dropping those in. We now can edit our menu here. So this is basically where we can manage our pages. We could actually go ahead and drag and drop these around if we wanted to change the order of these for whatever reason. So maybe we'll go home, then About Us, Shop, then Contact Us. So we can see the order change directly here. We can even manage the pages as well. So if we needed to actually go ahead and pin these in, let's see here. We could create additional pages, add or remove. We could close these off. So any sort of editing we'd like to do, even to the URL directly, we can go ahead and make those changes to our pages directly here. Let's see here. On the customize side of things, we can actually customize the themes. So we started with the stock themes out of Odoo, which we have, I believe, 25 options to choose from there. We could also go ahead and make edits. So if we wanted to, we can change this from a full width to maybe a boxed setting. We could actually change the color palette that we're going to be working with, even change the fonts that are going to be available as we're making our edits there. So I'll just leave these as of right now, but as far as customizing the theme, that's going to be found right up here in the top menu. Okay. Also have access to HTML and CSS editing of each of our pages. So if you are working with a web designer, they actually want to get in here and make those changes by accessing the code, they could go ahead and do so directly here. A little bit out of my area of expertise, so I'm gonna skip this for now, but it is accessible just by going to customize here. Some different settings options are definitely available as well. Let's see. Let's go back to our home page here and see what's available now. Okay, so we can show different sign-ins. So of course we have our sign-in drop down here. Let's see. We can show our logo in the top, of course. Automatic footers as well as payment icons can be shown here. Different options that are also available here. We can, let's see, activating our wish list and things of that nature. These will actually be found in the settings on the back end. So let's see, maybe we'll go there in just a moment. Also promote, this is where we can optimize our SEO, as well as edit how our page will be viewed on Google. So as you can see right over here, when we do get found in a Google search, this is what our page will look like there on Google. So we can go ahead and make edits and actually preview these here. So I'll just say, here's where I make my edits. Once I tab out, we'll see these edits take place. Say bye now. Perfect, so we can go ahead and save these in. Also, as far as our SEO strategy, we can define our keywords right down here. So let me just go ahead and start with headphones, of course. The system's actually going to give me some suggestions. So these are most search topics related to your keywords, ordered by importance. So we can now go ahead and say wireless as an example. Let's go ahead and use, how about for TV, with microphone, Bluetooth. We'll use, how about for iPhone 7. Perfect, so we'll go ahead and just save these in here, and again, feel free to use these suggestions here, or if you just want to implement your SEO strategy directly here, you can also do so. And just go ahead and save this in, and now these changes will be locked in now for the website ed. Okay, let's go into the back end really quick. I want to move on to the B2B side of things. So what I first want to go ahead and do here, I'm going to build out a price list, and then I want to associate a customer to that price list. So then when they access the website, they'll actually see the pricing that's specific to them. So let's see, as an example right now, let me just review my products here. I want to show you this really quickly. The different prices that are associated. So we have $49 for our Apple in-ear headphones. Looks like our leather cord organizers, those are $18. $3.99 for our Bose over-ear wireless, and then $39 for our Bose case. I'm going to use a very, very simple case when it comes to doing this price list. I'm going to set all of my products to the same price at $100 each. And then when I sign in as a different customer, we'll see that price list then shown. So this would be really valuable if we're working with tiered pricing. Maybe we have some wholesalers who purchase from us in bulk from our website. You can use the price list in that way. Basically, to give a discount on each product, you could have tiered levels of pricing. Let me just show you how we'll build out this price list here first. Okay, so we have our public price list, of course. I'm going to go ahead and create a new price list, and I'm just going to say wholesale tier 1 as an example. Okay, perfect. We'll say the discount is included in the price. Actually, let's show the public price and then the discount to the customer. Okay, so what I can go ahead and do, our price list items here, this is where I'm actually going to go ahead and set up the pricing for each of my products. So I can actually do this globally, so do this for all of my products. I can do this for one specific product category, or just go product by product and basically price those out. What I'm going to do, in a very simple case, I'm going to say globally. What I'm going to do, I'm going to fix a price here, and I have the opportunity to use formulas, give a percentage discount basically, set a minimum and maximum margin, even rounding methods getting us to the nearest dollar, something like that. But I'm just going to make it really simple just so it's easy to demonstrate. I'm going to fix the price for all of my products. So globally, I'm fixing the price at $100 here. I also have the opportunity with these price lists to set start and end dates. So if, for example, I want to give seasonal pricing or quarterly pricing, something like that, I absolutely can do so just by setting a start and end date here. Let me go ahead and save this in. So again, just globally across all products, fixing a price at $100. Really just want to show how easy it is to apply these different price lists. Okay, so let me go ahead and I'm going to save this in now. And now if I go to my actual customers, I'm going to go to my contacts app and I'm going to associate one of my customers here with wholesale tier 1. So let's go into my contacts here. Let's see, Nathan Moss customer. This is the other window that I have signed in now. What I'm going to do on my sales and purchases tab, I can go ahead and specify the price list here. So let me go ahead and give this person wholesale tier 1 and let me go ahead and save this in now. Okay, perfect. So let's see, I'm going to do a hard refresh on this side. I'm going to tab over to my other window. Again, this incognito window where I'm signed in, and let me do a quick refresh here as well. Perfect, we see the changes that we saw to the web design we just did. Let's go into our shop page really quickly. As you can see, each of the prices has been set to $100 here, with the alternative price, the public price, basically crossed out. So just as we specified after doing that hard refresh, we now have given this customer our wholesale tier 1 pricing. Okay, some things to note as well with this price list. We could also actually edit the catalog that a wholesaler actually sees when they go to your e-commerce. This is actually configured through user access rights. It's a bit out of my area of expertise. I know it is capable with our system, and our implementation consultants can definitely help you out with that. So if you wanted to possibly just have bulk offerings to wholesalers or something along those lines, that is also capable just using our e-commerce tool. Okay, so went ahead and applied there. One thing I want to show you guys, and this will be a good segue kind of into the back-end operations, I'm going to go ahead and purchase our Bose items. Our Bose items I went ahead and configured as make to order. I set them as buy, and I set them as dropship. So basically, these are going to be items that if I purchase these online, it's going to automatically draft a purchase order to our vendor Bose to then go ahead and drop ship those items to our customer. So you can have items that are fully drop shipped that we don't even inventory whatsoever. Okay, let's see here. Let me actually see if I can. Okay, perfect. So let's go into my Bose headphones really quick. Let's just go ahead and add these to cart. One thing I want to note to you guys, as a wholesaler, consider this. If I'm a returning customer and each time, let's say I purchase a specific item from you guys monthly or weekly, something like that, I can go ahead and store in my wish list. I can also store in my comparisons. So I already made my purchase from last time where I compared my 2 headphone options, but those are still here. I haven't removed those as of yet. So if I am coming back for whatever reason to the website to make a purchase of the same items again, I can basically build a wish list, and this will be definitely more valuable if I had, hundreds to thousands of SKU numbers that I'm presenting to my customers. If there are specific items that I'm buying on a consistent basis, just adding those to my wish list, I could always come back once I sign in and go to my wish list and just add those items to the cart once more. So really easy as far as navigation goes. But for this case, let me just go ahead. I'm going to add these to my cart now. As you can see, another accessory product is presented here, our Bose case. Why not? I'll add that to the cart as well. And let's go ahead and process the checkout. And again, since I'm already signed in, this should autofill. Perfect. Our billing address, shipping address. I can always make edits here if I needed to. We'll just leave these as is. Let's go ahead and confirm now. Perfect. It's still going to ask for the wire transfer. Let's go ahead and pay now. Perfect. So now this is coming into the back end as a sales order. Let's go in. Let's go back to the other tab. So no longer on the front end as a customer. Let's go back in as the business here. Let's see that order that just came in. So I'm going to do a quick refresh here just to make sure those changes came in. Okay, and let's go into my website here. Let's go ahead and find those unpaid orders again. Again, it's a wire transfer, so not going to be marked as paid as of yet. I'm going to go ahead and just mark this now. Looks good. I'm going to go ahead and create the invoice as well, just for safekeeping here. So assuming that the wire did come in. But again, this whole process would already take place basically if we had payment terms that are configured with the vendor, or of course if we had a payment acquirer there at our checkout step. Okay, but again, since I have these items set as dropship, we should have, as you can see, no inventory operations that are set for this sales order here. I should have in my purchase app a PO that's going out to Bose for each of those items that were purchased. Perfect. So here's PO number 2 to Bose from sales order 4. Let's click in. We have 1 unit of our Bose over-ear wireless headphones as well as our case. Perfect. So what I can do now, let me go ahead. I can send this as an RFQ over to Bose. If I already have my pricing set with this, let me just go ahead and confirm the order now. Basically confirming this PO, I can now send this PO by email over to Bose. So let's go ahead and do that now. So we'll go ahead and send, and let's see what this PDF looks like. Let's go ahead and send that over. Perfect. So here's my PO. Of course, here's my company info. Here's the shipping info for the customer, so the end customer who made the purchase. All set to go there. And as you can see, I have 1 shipment to go ahead and process, and this is a drop ship. So a drop ship number 1 here, this is going directly to my customer. So basically I can just come in and validate once I have approval from Bose that the delivery did occur. So again, automating the process it doesn't have to be items that you're inventorying. It doesn't even have to be a physical item that we're selling on e-commerce. It could also be a digital item. But just so you know, as far as these back-end operations go, a lot of flexibility there with how we're going to handle each of our items. Okay. Excellent. So made our purchase there. Let's see, one last thing I want to dive into here. And just one thing to note when it comes to the e-commerce. We can see unpaid orders, but we could also see when a customer adds something to their cart and doesn't check out. So that could be money that is just sitting there waiting for us. Maybe this person has a couple questions that they need answered. So let's reach out to those guys. So let's see. Let me go ahead. I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to add some items to my cart and not actually make a checkout. So let's go into shop really quick. I'm going to add these headphones in. Just add them to cart. And I'm going to stop right here. So let's go over back to the back end. Let's refresh here. We'll see these changes occur. And we'll always be able to find this. So let's see. We can go into our website app here. And we can always see our abandoned carts. Let's see. Abandoned carts generated on your website's visitors more than 1 hour ago and not confirmed. Okay. So I guess there's a time dependency here of 1 hour. We would then be able to see this here. Let's see if we clear off this filter, if we can find one that I did before. Okay, I guess not. So you should send an email to revive them. Perfect. So the system's already recommending this. Basically what we can do, and I can show you a few different ways that we can actually go about this using our marketing automation tool or even just our mass mailing tool. We can basically draft up an email and possibly to give someone even a promo code of, hey, it's Friday, I see you have this abandoned cart, let me give you an extra 10% off. Let's get this deal underway. So let's see, we could do this again using our marketing automation tool or just a bit simpler using email marketing. Basically with our marketing automation, we'll be able to come in here and I'm going to say, let's say abandoned cart follow-up. And I'm just going to build this from scratch here really quickly. In a really simple way here, I'm going to set the target model on this. It should be able to see our abandoned carts. Let's see here. Let's double check and search more on these models here. Model description, let's see here. Let's see your quotation. Perfect. So I'm going to use a quotation. I'm going to add a filter to this. Basically, I'm going to say my sales team, sales channel, perfect, equals, I'm going to say web. We'll go Say contains web. Perfect. So basically, a abandoned cart in Odoo is equivalent to a quotation from our sales channel website. So kind of a correlation between our sales app and our website app there. It's still considered a quote inside of Odoo. So what I can do here, again, just targeting this model. So targeting any abandoned carts, I can now go ahead and design a follow-up. So basically what I want to do here first is send out an email from an email template. Right? So I'm just going to say email one, and I'm just going to see if they have questions. This is what I'm just calling this activity, basically. So let me go ahead and create this email template, and this is using our mass mailing tool here. Works very similarly to our website builder, actually, and how we can design these. Let me just come in. I'm gonna select this template, and we can start building from here. Again, very similar, dragging and dropping in the structures we want to see on this side, editing the information that we see here now. As you can see, this one's actually offering a promo code or a coupon code here to actually use on the website. So we can come in on this side, of course, make our designs, add in the proper logos, things of that nature, and just save this in. For the sake of time, I'm not going to go too detailed into this. I believe Brett did a marketing automation webinar not too long ago, so I'm sure he dove in a bit more detail there. And let's just leave the subject here, and let's see, questions with your cart, let's say. Just as an example. And let's just go ahead and save this in. So imagine on this first email we're sending over, we're asking if they just have any questions with the items that are in their cart. So let's save and close here. What we can do after this, basically, let's see, let me save this in here. What I now am available to do, once this piece of content goes out to my customers who have an abandoned cart, I can design a follow-up that's based upon how they interact with that first piece of content. So basically, after that first email gets into their inbox, do they open the email? Do they not even open the email? Let's see, do they reply or not reply? And then do they click or not click? So basically, depending on all of these options here, I can go ahead and design my second piece of content that's going to go to my customer. So let's say, as an example, let's see, they reply to the email. So what I want to do, if they reply to the email, I want to create a server action in Odoo to maybe create a lead in my CRM or something along those lines. So you have a lot of information there as far as server actions that you can do just for organization inside of Odoo. Or of course you can design the second email to go out a certain number of days after the fact. So again, using our marketing automation tool, I think this one would pay for itself if it got a couple sales in a given month, or at least just brought some people in who did abandon their carts there. So let me just go ahead and save this in for now. And again, this can definitely be one tool to tie in our marketing automation here, just tying this into our e-commerce to make sure those abandoned carts get followed up correctly and in a timely fashion. So yeah, just using marketing automation, we can not only schedule an initial email, but we could also design a follow-up based on how they interact with that email, that initial email, with further emails later on down the line. Okay, let's see. So we're up to 35 minutes here, give or take. I'd like to open it up to Q&A. I know I kind of walked through pretty quick today, so any questions that you guys have at this point, or anything you'd like to see on the website, just let me know. And yeah, we can kind of dive in there.
Cool. Well, Nate, thanks so much for an awesome presentation, and also for jumping a little bit into marketing automation, which, as you guys saw here, works very well with the e-commerce website application. You can automate emails, and especially with those abandoned carts, that's a really awesome feature. So we actually we only have 2 questions, one of which isn't exactly your market, so we'll see, but from Herman Barrientos, he said, what do I need to accept credit card payments in Mexico? Do I need SSL protocol?
Okay. Let's see. Let me do a quick search here if you can still see my screen.
Yep.
We can look up our payment acquirers here. So basically, I'm not super familiar with the Latin American market, so I guess I could possibly forward that question over to Juan or Laura Donna and my team. Basically, we have these payment acquirers that are available inside of Odoo. So I'd recommend speaking with your banker, possibly, if you have a merchant account with the bank. See which of these would work best. I know here in the U.S., Authorize.net is very common. PayPal is also very common. And then even Stripe. Stripe is also becoming more and more common here in the U.S. as well. So yeah, I guess I could forward that question over to Juan, possibly get back to him. But yeah, I'd recommend, speak with your merchant banker. Here, when we're looking at our acquirers, we can always say we are going to choose PayPal. I can go ahead and click install here. And then it's basically going to ask for my, I believe it's an API key, just my login credentials, as you can see. So my PayPal email ID, my merchant ID, my token here, and to use the IPN or not. And there's even going to be a link here on how to configure my PayPal account. So yeah, this is basically where you would set up your acquirer once you go ahead and make a decision on which one to go ahead and use.
Awesome. Well, that's perfect because you kind of answered the next question, which was how do you configure PayPal if it works?
Perfect.
So bingo, right
there's, there. Yeah, there's your link here. Let's see where that link takes us. I believe it should be to our documentation. Perfect. So it even walks through how to set up your PayPal account. So this is more so on the PayPal side of things here. So creating a business account here, log in, open the settings of your profile. So yeah, let's see. And again, we see this documentation and actually found all this information. All I did was I started at our dashboard here. You can do a global search in Odoo for any setting that you're looking for. So I'm looking for payment acquirers. So just typing in the word acquirer, starting to, it actually shows me the path on how to get to that setting. So this works for basically any setting that you're trying to do in Odoo. For example, drop shipping. I can start typing drop, and it should pop up. Let's see here. Schedulers, vendor bills, there we are. So you can always do searches directly from here. So again, just finding our acquirers, clicking in here, and we found our documentation. So the documentation comes to you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Nate. All right, and the next question, and actually our final one, is from Christo the Great One. Does this two-way share info with Shopify, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, etc.?
Shopify, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. Okay. Let's see. So a lot of different options that are there. As far as Shopify goes, let's address that one there first. A lot of information to answer that question. If we do want to integrate something like a Shopify account into an Odoo backend or a WooCommerce account into an Odoo backend, we do have third-party applications that are available to integrate into your database. These can be found if you just Google Odoo apps, or at least that's how I find the page, odoo.com/apps. Here we can actually do a search. Let's see. So for example, let's do Shopify. Perfect. So we do have some Shopify connectors that have been built already. A lot of these third-party applications are built by our partners, but again, these are third parties basically. So you could actually reach out. Let's click in on this one just as an example. You can actually reach out to the partners. Just by clicking in here, you can access their account information if you wanted to test this out or just have any questions about it. But also, one thing to note with these, you can see the version of Odoo that these are actually compatible for. This one specifically is for version 11, so this one would work in this database. You can do a live preview of what this would look like as well, and scroll down to see a description of how this would work. So basically, yes, it is possible to integrate Shopify and Odoo. But again, reaching out via third party to actually get that completed. To utilize a third party application, I know this is a bit of a tangent here. To utilize a third party app inside of a Odoo hosted database, so if we're going to handle the cloud hosting for you, that would require our Odoo SH. So let me bring you to that page really quickly. Odoo.sh. Perfect. So this is basically our platform as a service, and it's considered like our dedicated cloud hosting. So with this, you'll be on your own server, so you now have access to the source code of the system. You also have access to basically a GitHub repository where you can do development, staging, and of course, deployment of custom developments inside of your own database. And I know this gets very technical, but to answer this question fully, this allows us to have third-party applications in an Odoo online hosted database. If we are just doing the standard cloud, we don't have access to those third-party applications. So using Odoo.sh to actually go ahead and complete that would be the way to go. Let's see, as far as Facebook, as far as, let's see, the different social media platforms, these can all be configured here. If I just go to settings, I go to users and companies here, and let's go to my companies. Let's click in on Nate's headphones here, and now I can actually configure my LinkedIn, my YouTube, Google+, GitHub, Facebook, and Twitter accounts. So I could go ahead and enter the links for each of these here. And then when I actually go into the website, let's see if I can get this design feature done here. Should be able to, when doing my website editing, have some icons there for each of my social media platforms. Perfect. Here's LinkedIn. Here's YouTube. Let's click in on YouTube. Should bring us to Odoo's YouTube page. Perfect. So I did set it up properly there. There's the webinar we're in right now. Whoa, that's like a webinarception.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, of course, LinkedIn. You can click in and actually access those links here. As far as products being presented on those, I think you'd have to go into those separate systems and make posts there, or use other tools like Buffer or something along those lines to schedule your posts out. So yeah, hope that answered your question. Okay.
Cool. Well, actually, that kind of concludes the Q&A session. That's all. So, great answers, Nate. And you guys, if you have any additional questions, make sure that you can obviously click on Nate's demo link in the description below, and I've also included it here on the page as well. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, be sure to reach out to him, or if you have general questions, you can always reach me at webinars@odoo.com. And if you want to just reach Nate via email, his email, as he mentioned, is nmo@odoo.com. As always, if you guys liked our video, be sure to like and subscribe down below. And thanks so much for joining us. We wouldn't be here without our community. And always, feel free to answer any questions and provide additional content if you guys need. Thanks so much, and this is Odoo Live signing out.
Thanks, guys.